It is the Q3 Rescue Mecha. So, this guy here is basically a Lego style figure, and he's pretty cool. He was actually provided to me free of cost by Temu, and you can check out in the description and in the first pinned comment, and you can use this code here to get a special coupon package for like $100, which is way cool. And new users can actually get this guy instead of the normal price of like $25, $28. Get him for $1. Now, yes, you have to put him together, but he's a pretty cool figure, and I'm going to go through him, talk about him, and we'll give him the plus and the minuses. And yes, he is provided by Temu, which is very awesome of them. But no matter what, this is going to be a 100% honest review. So the good, the bad, the ugly. So let's get into this. Be right back. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. I'm Captain Kyle. If you've been watching for a while, thanks so much. And I apologize, it's been a little while since my last video. It's been very busy. I was at DragonCon, I was at RetroCon. And thanks to everyone who said hello at RetroCon and told me how much they love my videos. That's just the fuel that keeps me going. All that and, Energon. Well, I don't know about you, but I have seen a lot of interesting looking figures on various sites, including Temu, that looked like cool robots, and then it would say something like 973 pieces or, 562 pieces. And I'd be like, oh, it's kind of like Lego, kind of like the Lego Optimus Prime. So when Temu offered me some stuff to review, I decided I wanted to get one of these to kind of check it out. And this one I got, this Rescue Mecha, because he kind of reminds me a bit of Machine Wars Optimus Prime. Though his face actually has a mask like G1 Optimus Prime, but it came in a bunch of bags, like a lot of bags, and it did take a while for me to put this together. I am no Lego expert, so it did take me a little bit of time to organize all the parts, assemble all the parts, and the instruction book is like, woo! Like, the assembly is like 40, 50, 60 some odd pages long to actually get him into this mode. So like 61 pages of instructions with a lot of little pieces. So I am not a Lego expert. Lego experts would probably get this done in a very short period of time. One thing I will say, while it is based on Lego and holds together pretty nicely, things do have a tendency to pop off. So you may notice some of that in this review. If you are someone who is going to put it together and never take it apart again, which is probably going to be me, though the arm just fell off, I just want to squeeze this together a little more and put it back on. But if you're someone who's going to put it together and leave it in this mode, there are certain blocks that you might want to take a little dab of Gorilla Glue and just kind of permanently affix it together. What I would suggest is not doing that as you go through, because if you make a mistake, unless you're 100% sure you're not going to make a mistake, which is not me at all, you don't want to glue it as you're assembling it, because if you have to take something apart. But after it's assembled, if you notice there's some parts that pop off pretty easily and they don't need to have a lot of movement because of, you don't have to transform that part, or like here, this is attached here, you might glue that. These things here are only attached by one little piece, but that piece stays on. So you might want to put a dab of glue. But if you want to take it apart and ship it to somebody or put it together again, then I think you're crazy. But if you're a Lego enthusiast, you're a Lego enthusiast. Or a builder. Is your name Bob? Bob, oh, never mind. But yes, so I saw this. I didn't actually realize how many pieces and how small they were going to be when I ordered it. I figured it'd be something like the Blockies models, but no. Lots of little things that just, you have to build and build and build. Took me a few days. I mean, not all at once. It wasn't like straight through, but probably, close to 12 hours, maybe a little bit more, just because I'm not used to putting things like this together. I have a friend who does Lego, and I leave that to him. But he is a cool looking figure. Just want to talk about it. There are stickers that come with him, and at certain points in the instructions, you're instructed to put on the stickers. So it's not like all at once at the end. Some of the stickers might be harder to apply once it's all together. So if you can put the stickers on as you can and as is instructed before you actually assemble everything around it, then you're in good shape, and it makes it much easier. But this guy, I gotta say, for a non-official guy, he's got a lot of really cool deco. You can see the head is definitely reminiscent of Optimus Prime. If you're not seeing that, well, I'm sorry. But he's definitely like Optimus Prime. He's got stickers on his forearms. He's got articulated fingers, for God's sakes. He's got these cannons on the back now, supposedly. You can take them out and attach them to his hands. I probably won't do that. I'll just leave them on the back as a jetpack, just because putting this together was a bit challenging for me. Again, if you're really good at putting stuff like this together, you'd probably be like, what the hell is he talking about? But the detail, he's got these pipes on his legs, like hydraulic pipes or, you know, venting pipes. He's got just little pieces that look like extra guns or squirters or something, because, you know, he's a rescue bot. Just some nice stickers. The joints look really cool. He's got these things in the back. So I'm gonna try very carefully to turn him around on the turntable of doom so you can see every bit of this bot. But I am just rather impressed with the level of detail and overall just cool factor. I mean, if this was a regular toy, I would be psyched, because he wouldn't fall apart with rough handling, and, you know, he would be a very cool kind of addition to the Transformers line. So some of these things, I mean, putting them together, it was definitely cool, and I felt a sense of accomplishment afterwards. But yeah, I'm probably not going to get another one to assemble, but I'm glad I at least experienced it. And again, for those who love to assemble things, and you could get a bunch of these bots and mix parts and make an Autobot Spike if you want, whatever. He's very cool. Now the thing is, he does stand, but you kind of got to balance him. So I might figure out a way to boost him up a little bit when I put him on display, because he's going to definitely go on display. But I'm going to give him one more spin on the turntable. And again, just the detailing, the pipes on his arms, the fingers. Now the thumbs can very easily pop off, you know, not mine, his. So just be aware of that. But I'm going to very carefully try to put him through some posability. And then we will transform him, because he does fully transform. So first of all, ankle rockers. He does have somewhat little bit of an ankle rocker. It goes more out to the side than in the direction you'd want it to go. And you definitely don't want to be too rough with it, because you can misalign the pieces, but he does have a bit of ankle rockers. But the real test, put his arms forward here for this. Can he do a Jean-Claude Van Damme? I'm being gingerly careful, but I believe he can do a full toes up Jean-Claude Van Damme. Pretty neat. So he can kick forward, not super high, because there's these pieces here run into those pieces there. And he can kick back a little bit higher, actually. And obviously a side kick, which can go way up, so that's pretty impressive. Now he bends at the knee. Now he's got these little things, I'm not even sure what they're for, maybe when I transform him. I haven't transformed him yet. I was waiting for this video. Hopefully I will not fail. But he does have knees. They don't bend 90 degrees, but he's got some knee articulation there, so. And I just knocked off his heel. So the heel part, you can probably use a couple dabs of glue and put it on there, because again, it's not supposed to, when you transform it, come apart. But as you manipulate it and you see that things are coming off, you know, just kind of use your judgment as far as if you want to glue it to make it a more permanent solution. That sounded ominous. The permanent solution to the Autobots. Now, as far as twisting at the waist, no, don't try it. I could probably do it and he would come apart. So we're not going to do that. We'll just leave him as is. So no twisting at the waist. Maybe, well, oh, wait. He does twist at the waist. It's kind of like a ratcheting joint that I must have assembled in there. So he can twist the waist all the way around. Whew. Impressive for, again, a Lego style robot. The arms can go all the way around. They can go out to the side. You can bend at the elbow. And you can accidentally, if you bend too far, you can take the arm apart. So don't do that. Figure 90 degrees, you're probably good. But again, even more so than ball joints, when it comes apart, you can definitely put it back together. He does have a swivel in his arm. So, I mean, the articulation on, again, something that I assembled from a lot of itty bitty pieces is pretty impressive. So he's got the Simpsons thing where he's got 3 fingers and a thumb. I think that's a Simpsons. They're all articulated, so you can like have him flip the bird if you want to. The hands are on ball joints, but they're kind of stiff. And you may have noticed, if you're an eagle-eyed viewer, that the leg just came off. Now that is on a ball joint, so you probably don't want to glue that into place. But again, that's why for adult collectors who really enjoy bots that can flip them off, and they put it together, use it for display. You know, and if you find a pose and you want to glue, it came off, but it slid off there. A little dab of glue might actually help there. because that doesn't affect the joint. It kind of slides on there. So yeah, use your judgment as far as where you want to glue this guy. But yeah, so arm articulation is good. It can go off to the side. He can make a fist. Now, the weapons, again, these are the weapons, and let's try, just because I like you guys. If I take the gun off, I might be able to, well, I put it on his thumb. So he's got a gun there, but it's kind of attached to his thumb, which his thumb just came off. So I think you might be able to use these pieces on the back. I'm not sure, but thumb guns seem to work. But all right, his hand's back together. Again, the downside to this figure is that he can very easily come apart. Not for rough handling, but very cool. I mean, most Lego stuff is usually a little more sturdy, official Lego product, but it's still pretty good. And you can move his guns out kind of to the side instead of straight back, so I think that's kind of a neat look. The head can fall apart into pieces. So it is on a joint that's supposed to be able to move, but the ears come off very easily. Yeah, I will probably be using quite a bit of glue when I get some spare time, which, when's that? To basically make sure that pieces don't fall off. But some things snap on, they're supposed to come off. I think these are supposed to be like extra weapons and stuff here. Yeah, again, cool looking figure. Reminds me of Machine Wars Optimus Prime, kind of with these guns here, which would normally be on the trailer. Kind of like almost the fan hobby version of Machine Wars Prime in his like super mode. But there he is. All right, now the instructions to transform him go from page 63 to 81. So there's a few steps here. And I'm not gonna show you because things are gonna fall apart and it's gonna be a mess. So it's gonna look like I do it super fast, but. All right, here it is, pretty much in vehicle mode. It's not a bad looking vehicle. The transformation sequence, it's a nightmare. For me, because so many things were not very tightly held to their areas, I ended up knocking off hands, pulling apart his head. So unless you go through and find all the weak points and use little dabs of glue, transforming him is going to be a nightmare with little things falling off and then having to reattach them. I mean, it's not a bad looking rescue vehicle, the water cannons and whatever, but the transformation itself, while clever, leaves a little bit desired when things are popping off left and right. And yes, you can put it back on, but it's a pain. So I would recommend this definitely for someone who's very into Lego. I would recommend this for someone who has a lot of more patience than me. And I would probably recommend once you put it together, decide which mode you want to keep it in and probably never touch it again. Because I don't see it as a great deal of play value for children. I wouldn't recommend this for kids because as soon as they go into battle, he's going to fall apart and that's going to be the end of it. Still, for $1, if you're a new Temu member, definitely worth it. And it's pretty cool. I mean, even for $25, it's a cool build to take you some time, and it gets put together into a neat looking robot and a neat looking vehicle. But I do have to say he's not quite as solid as a Lego Optimus Prime. Again, thanks to Temu for providing this at no cost. And again, there's a code here. You can get like $100 worth of coupons. And if you're a new member, you can get this for $1. I mean, $1 to play around with it. It's more than worth $1. I think it's worth the $25 or $28. But again, I don't have the patience, and I would definitely need to like glue stuff into place before I would transform it again. You'd probably say him like this. But still, I had fun building it and some frustration transforming it, but he's still a fun figure, and I hope you're having fun. And if you're enjoying this content, feel free to subscribe. And while you're mulling over whether you want to get this, you can check out this video up here, which is actually a review of the Lego Optimus Prime. And we will see you next time. As always, have fun and good hunting.